Hi, this is Charlie giving you Friday's live trading, and it is what 7:45, and I'm all switched on. I haven't done anything as yet. Um, I'm obviously going to be watching the pound this morning. We've got pound news out at 9:30. It's having a little rundown at the moment on the 5-minute chart, but I don't have everything lined up, so I can't really trade it on the short side because, in fact, I've got momentum, which is still on the positive side at the moment. So just watching this. I've got to do a school run today, the school run, should I say. So I'm going to be leaving around about 8:15 and won't be back until 9ish. So it could be that I'm not doing anything until 9:30 anyway. So I'll press pause for now. You never know. Something might crop up in the next 20 minutes. But if that's the case, then it looks like I'll be doing something a bit later. So I'll press pause for now. Okay, I'm just back. It looks like I don't have to do the school run now. But anyway, I'm just watching this pound. I'm going to give this a go. It's got positive momentum in the background. It's just close straight back inside its bands. Come back down to dip to test the lower bands. What's that? 25.35. It's about a 10 pip stop. I'll try it with smaller position sizes today. And I'll put 4 lots of 50 in, of half lots in. If we pull back down to test the lower bands here. Just because I'm looking for this to potentially go up anyway, but I don't have a lot of signals, but we have got positive momentum. So sometimes you think, okay, well I'll give this one a little tester this morning. If it doesn't work out, there'll still be more trades, I'm sure, as we go through the day. So I'm just watching this, but my porridge is burning on the hob, so I'll have to come back to this in a second. Just back, looks like it didn't dip down to those lower bands anyway, but my porridge was bubbling away on the hob there, so I thought I'm going to have to move quickly there and go and get that. But anyway, so it's not put back down anyway, so I'll just keep on watching this. It's possible that this pound just does a U-turn here, carries on doing a U-turn this morning, and I can't do much with it for now, so well, keep an eye on. Press pause for now whilst we're waiting. Okay, I'm watching this level. It's just coming to 8 o'clock. This could be the place to buy with an ultra tight stop right here. So I could be out very, very quickly, but I'm going to put these units in and then see if this can then hold. So, but it'll be a very, very tight stop, which I quite like. So in which case, let's put a slightly bigger position in. So here we go. So let's get these units in. I put 3 units in. And what I'll do is I'm going to literally put a stop just below here, so very, very tight. It's hit a load of just an 8 a.m. support level, so I don't really need to have those stops in any wider because it should just bounce in there. So I'll quickly press pause and get these stops in place. Right, okay, so I've got the stops in place, and it's just a case of now of seeing whether this, like I say, it's about a 4 pip stop I've got on here. I can show the account today. I've got nothing else in. So we've gone at 48 and I've put the stops at 42, sorry, 6 pip stop. So I've literally put the stops just below here. Basically we just had a new 8 a.m. Pivot come in, and it's immediately hit it, and so if it's immediately hitting it here, it shouldn't want to overrun it by much, if at all, really. It's already overrunning it slightly even on the bottom of this, so I've just given it just another pip or 2 down the bottom here. And if that's not going to work and it doesn't come up, then I'll just be out quick, and it'll only be a small stop out. So I'm giving it a quick go there. I'll press pause for now. Okay, and as quickly as I did that, as quickly as I've got stopped out. So it was always going to be a very quick one, whether it started to bounce immediately from there or whether it's retraced. So I have got stopped out. So a quick loss there this morning. So now I'll just play a waiting game, probably now until the news comes out a bit later. So I shall press pause for now and we'll wait and see. But basically what would happen is we've got an 8 a.m. pivot come in. It come in conjunction with some moving average support here, and so if it was going to hold, it didn't need to come down as low as it's come down. So it was one of those where it could just hit it and then immediately bounce, but it's just chopping around now, so we'll have to see. So I'll press pause for now and we'll see what's going to rise as we come into the news. Now it's possible, I've been looking for the long side there. It's possible that we still find this thing roll over, but like I said, we didn't have the negative momentum this morning, hence why I've been looking on the long side. We've got an untested daily pivot up above, and so that was what I was gunning for. So for now, I'll have to just wait and see, and we'll come back to this in a bit. Just back again, and as we can see, cable came down to sort of 40. It's come all the way straight back up again. Maybe my stop was a bit tight. So I'm watching this. We hold up here, may still go back in again yet, and pop the stop below this low, and so that could still be the case. So what I'll do is I'll adjust my orders just in case this sets up. So what I'm doing is waiting for the end of the 5-minute candle here, so we've still got a couple of minutes to go. So I'm adjusting my orders. So I went in with 3 1-lot units. On this time I'll go in with 4 half-lot units. So I'll be trading at 2/3 of the size, position size that I traded the first time. So anyway, we'll see how this candle goes. Because if we get a nice green candle and close solidly at the highs here, then I would be interested in that one, but if we don't, then I won't be. So I'll just press pause. So it's looking like I'm going to be going in here. So let's start entering these positions here. So I'm getting in 4 half-lot units. Let's get those in. Yep, they're all in. So I'm going to pop a stop down below this low now, but I've gone in with a smaller position size overall to the first one, and we're going to see if this cable can break up. I'm looking at, like I said, 153. Well, it's 80 on the charts, which will be a little bit below that, probably about 78, something like that. That's what I'm looking for ultimately this morning, and so we'll see if this can run up. So I'll get the stops in place, and then we'll see where this is going to go. Right, just back. This is interesting here. So I've put those 4 units in. We've pulled back and now just sort of sitting around here, and it is just about 8:30. Now, if we break this high here, we should want to continue to go higher. So what I'm actually going to do is something a little bit different here this morning. Something I'm more inclined to do on a swing trade, but is to add into the position on strength. And then move all my stops up to possibly the low of this one. Let's assume it happens in the next 10 minutes or so, and I'm not getting ready or anything like that. But if we break here, then I'll look to add another unit or two to this, and then I can move all my stops up. So my risk overall is being managed because my stops are no longer down here; they're up here. If we break this high, we should want to continue pushing higher. So that's the little plan here. If we break up that bit higher, then I'll add a little bit more in. So we've got, like I said, 153.80 area is the target zone. If we get up to there, then I'll take profits off, but I'll still leave a small portion in to see if we can get up. There's another level at 153.90 zone. So we'll see if we do come up, and I can add in a bit more. So we'll press pause now. Oh, I've just realised I've been talking away, and I don't think I'd press play. Sorry. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna have to say I don't know what happened there. Anyway, we'd broken up. I was upstairs chatting to Rachel because it came back down to the 50s, and then it's broken up without me, obviously getting to add those extra positions in. That's the thing. Sometimes you can get engaged or distracted doing other things. And here we go. So I've got some limit orders in. I've got one in at 89 here and another one at 95. I've taken half as we came up and hit that 80 zone. So just below 80, I just again because my fills were poor because I was talking. But what I was doing, I was talking, and I don't think I'd press resume. So anyway, we'll see. We've got very close to my levels there, 89. So we'll see if it can push up there and push on through. So what I need to do is trail the stops up really now, but I'll press pause and I'll get that sorted out. So anyway, just back finally. So that was a real pain there. Not missing out on adding into those positions like I was talking about earlier, and I don't know what happened. I pressed mute on my mic, so I don't know what's happened with this recording yet until I play it back later, but there could be a bit of a blank bit there where I had my mic muted as well, so I don't know. Anyway, all the time we're on the outside of these bands here. We'll carry on holding on to this, and but we have hit that resistance zone, that daily pivot, so we've satisfied that. It's just a case of whether it can push up some more. Now we have got the news coming out in 40 minutes. I think it's manufacturing news this morning on the UK. So in theory, it'd be nice to have got another quarter off. I could just do that now and take a quarter, and then see if we can if it can still go up on the news. But I'd like to see if we can hold here and push that little bit higher. But we have hit that resistance zone. That target zone has been hit. So I'm deliberating here whether to say, do you know what? I tell you what, yeah, let's close out. We've got news coming out, so let's take one of these off. So at least I'm protecting the overall trade a bit more by taking that one off. And what I need to do is now is get this stop moved up. So I'll move the stop up to, what should we move it up to? About 65. So it's still below these bands in case the price wants to come into these bands. So move the stop up to 65, and let's just do that. Stop 65. And then there's not really going to be too much more to do. I've got the limit up at 95, and I think that's probably fair to have the limit order up at 95. Now it's coming back up again now. To have the limit order up at 95. So I've come out of that extra one this morning just because I know we've got news coming, and if we were to just start sitting around and pulling back, then I've only banked on half, and all of a sudden then if the news came out and it went the wrong way, then you give too much back. So that's the reason there in the end, as we've just slowed the pace, but hopefully we can still go higher. And I mean, we could breach 154, but I think that'll be about enough there, just below 154, taking the profits there, and if it can get there, and then that will be it for this morning's trading, I should think. Mind you, it's possible I could trade again. We've got all the momentum lined up. So I was on the right side of the market here this morning. It's a shame about the first trade getting stopped out, because I was on the right side of the market, but I traded it with that tight stop, and it didn't want to play. It wanted to come down a little bit more, stop me out, and then came all the way back up. So it was a bit of a shame, that one, because obviously I would have been up a lot more than I currently am. But that's the way it goes sometimes. So yeah, I mean, the potential is that after the news I might actually still get another separate trade. So we'll let this one play out, but if it carries on exploding higher into the 154s, then it's possible that we still get another trade on. So anyway, I'll press pause for now. It's 12 minutes in. Well, that all happened quick. That's just hit that 95 level, so it's just hit that target level. There we go. There's the target at 95. So I came out of those other two at 78, 77, just as we'd hit the, like I said, just below 80 zone. We'd hit it already 80, but anyway, that's where I executed, is just as it was dipping back. Then I came out that one at 83. You can, anyway, whatever. And then we're out at 95. So this is quite nice actually, because I'm now flat going into the news. So we're up 264. So whatever happens on the news, I'm going to be trading smaller now to protect these gains. So what I don't want to do, even though it's still only early in the morning, in the day, I don't want to give it all back. So if I do get the opportunity here when the news comes out in just over half an hour, might trade with a one lot. So that's two 50,000 positions, and so we shall see about that. I'll have everything set up for then. But otherwise, if I can't do anything with the news at that stage, then that'll probably be a wrap for the day. So for now, one loss, which was we could argue was a shame there, but it didn't need to come down, mind you. Obviously it did, but it's a shame it overran there, because it didn't. That was a classic where it really, when it came to this white line here, like 5-minute 50, and it was an 8 a.m. pivot, it could have just then gone from there and didn't need to overshoot there. But so that was a slight waste there. But for now, we've recouped it, and we've got a profit for the morning, for the day. And now it's a case of seeing whether I get another trade off. So I'll press pause for now. Okay, so just back. We've got literally a minute to go to the news. So as we can see, pound has sold off. So as it currently stands, as you can see, that was the right zone for me to be closing out of my positions on, as we were hitting a load of that resistance. We've hit that hourly 50, which you'll see here is my white line. That was the target level. What was the pivot, and then the hourly 50. So I'm a bit unsure now. Now we're reacting back down as to whether I'm going to be able to do much here with the news. It's looking less likely that I'm going to be able to do much. But we'll see. If we can come up and break these highs, then we might have a little bit more upside in it. So let's just see. So we've got about 15 seconds. So I'll bring up a deal ticket just in case, but I don't think I'm going to be trading this now. Look how much we've pulled back. So, but you never know. Let's have a look. So where are we going? We are going down. So a complete reversal here. Complete reversal. Oh, bear with me. Now the phone's ringing. I'll just press pause for a second. It's typical. I had to take that call. Okay, so but anyway, it was as it was coming down. There wasn't really much I was going to be able to do with this because we've still got positive momentum in the background. We've had that lovely momentum as it's all shot up, and obviously this has messed it up a little bit. But it's now becoming what I call a mishmash of momentum, where the very short time frames, like the 5-minute chart that we're showing here, is now negative, but obviously the hourly charts are still positive, so it's making a real mess of this. So I think we're going to call it a day here today on that basis. So let me bring up the account as a reminder again. So we've banked 264 this morning. If I hadn't have had that initial stop out, then it would have been 364 really, or it would have been 364 plus if I'd have not been otherwise engaged and this morning and whilst as it broke out. But anyway, not too bad. Bear in mind I'm continuing with obviously my challenge, and so this is the challenge account which I'm now trading for income, and so that's what I'm doing at your request, so from all the webinars. So I'm trading it in a slightly different manner now, slightly less volatility I'm trying to achieve with it. I'll still allow I've still allowed a reasonable amount of flexibility, but I'm not trading it with up to 5% anymore at risk. It's only up to 2% max per risk. But even when I'm trading intraday, I mean, I'm risking, if you look at these trades this morning, that was risking what, £100. 1% would be what, 500 odd pounds on that. So it's like 0.2 of 1% at risk today on that first trade at least, and the second one would have been similar, I'm sure. So that's where we're at. So we'll carry on like this. Another winning Friday. Have a great long weekend. We'll be back in touch next week.